Moon Knight episode 3 titled The Friendly Type. And this episode for me, I found to be maybe the weakest episode of the series so far. And it's not bad. It's not a bad episode. I'm not saying that it sucks. It's just, there's this one key aspect towards this episode that is a down point and that has the other two episodes for me as an up point. Which is that the first two episodes, we are focusing on Steven. And we get to care about Steven. We understand what he is as a person. His reaction to things. I mean, god damn it. Episode 1 was Steak. And how bad and crushed and how confusing he is. And how he's trying to wrap his brain around what's going on. With the split personality disorders and the transportation and him, waking up and there's dead people around him. Like, we just really, as an audience member, I just felt very invested with Steven. And with this episode, we are focusing on Mark. This is Mark's episode. I just find Mark appearing to Steven basically the Hulk. The Hulk is a raging monster, right? The Hulk is a raging monster. And we love the Hulk being a raging monster, and that's what Mark is. And outside of him being Moon Knight and him having the cool ass costume, there isn't really much to Mark. He's a mercenary. The Moon Knight stuff that's all surrounded with Conju and all that. And he has problems with his wife. I mean, that's basically all we know of him. Outside of it, he's all about the mission. And characters who are all about the mission can work. But what I find myself being more drawn to as an audience member is the characters who feel more real life human. The ones who do question everything. The ones who have that sense of sarcasm. The ones who have that feel and that sense of what's going on versus Mark, who's a character who has everything kind of together with the main plot. I mean, there is cool aspects in this episode. The stuff with the gods, of being all the other avatars and the other gods. All the stuff at the end is really well put together with the whole putting things in its place to have the next clue of the journey. But a good chunk of this episode, like even the chase sequence at the beginning, like I couldn't really be invested of it because the people that Mark is fighting are cartoony as hell. The moment you have a character that gets a knife and starts licking the knife to the button to the tip of it, that's what she said, I'm like, come on, what are we doing here? What are we doing? I get it's meant to be fun, but it's just to come across as very cartoony. I mean, we do learn that Mark doesn't like to hurt kids, which is, like, that's good. That's the whole save the cat thing, where, like, your character does horrible things, but there's some redeeming elements that the audience can attach to. But for me, it's not enough. He's just that Hulk. He is the Hulk. He's the waste monster. For me, Mark is just there for, hey, we need an action sequence. And this is an episode that didn't need an action sequence at all. Because the Moon Knight scene, it felt like Moon Knight hasn't showed up. And it's a superhero show, and our audience expect us to have a superhero fight every episode. We'll just randomly put one in. It just felt janky. It just felt so quick to the point it didn't felt we kind of needed any of it. It felt like, for me, it would be interesting of seeing what is Mark without Moon Knight. What is great about Mark and his capability of, does he always use Moon Knight as a crutch, or is he able to do so? And we don't really see that much in it. The ending has intrigued me, and I have a feeling, and knowing that they are hinting a third personality, because Mark and Steven are like, I didn't do that and you didn't do that, so who the hell did that? So clearly they're hinting a third personality, so that could be intriguing as well. But at the same time, I think next episode's all going to be about being inside Mark Spector or Stephen Grant's mind and kind of have that weird, trippy episode where we are going through inside the head of Moon Knight. And for me, okay, that could be interesting because that is heavily on character, heavily on story. So yeah, I mean, we're halfway through. Is this episode thumbs up or thumbs up? Because I do sound like I'm hating on the episode, but it's just I just had so many issues with the episode. But here's the thing: it's still thumbs up. It's 3 out of 3, but it's just these are the reasons that it's not my favorite episode of the series so far, and those are the reasons why.